What up, guys? CJ here, bringing you NFL Week 15 podcast line breakdown with none other than my buddy T. What's going on, T?
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Hopefully they're doing good. Man, I know we got NFL right back around the corner. Thursday night football coming up, and your ever famous Thursday night football pick. And this one we're gonna have a dandy. We're going to get right into it now. We're going with the San Francisco 49ers against the Rams. San Fran at home, lane 3 after the Rams just beat Buffalo, man. What do you think about that?
That was a great game. Great win for the Rams. I wasn't surprised. They're at home. They're starting to get healthier. I think people forget that they still have a quarterback who can play. And they got weapons everywhere, man. I wasn't surprised. I also don't think, as we all know, I'm a big Josh Allen fan, but I'm also not too I just don't think the Buffalo Bills can play defense the way they're doing. Let you run all over them, then come in the red zone and try to stop you and kick three. That's not going to work. They need to, this offseason, they need to work on some defense, get a couple more receivers and some defense. But other than that, I don't see them going very far, unfortunately. Nothing to take away from Joshua. Joshua's an amazing player, but you can't win with one player.
I like how you say Joshua, like you know him firsthand.
Oh, dude, him and I go way back.
Yeah, sure you do.
Never.
Well, that's we have obviously the line is -3. You got your Thursday night free pick. So what are you thinking for your free pick on this line at -3? I think the line is just about right, being a divisional game, 4 days rest. San Fran, obviously, with the injuries they've endured, I think they're kind of getting back on track week by week in terms of just getting back to a regular Shanahan getting back to a regular scheme with whatever pieces he has. And obviously the Rams are getting into, kind of mid-late season form here with McVay too. So I think the line's just about right. I think it could be 3 either way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so who do you I don't know, what would be your free pick? Would it be a pizza money free pick? Would it be a real free pick? What kind
I'll get to that at the end of the cast.
Okay, you'll get to it at the end. I like it. Yeah. I like it. All right, I like it. So we'll skip that one then. So we'll get to it at the end because we'll make sure you get it. So let's go with the next game before we give you that free pick. It's Washington Commanders, New Orleans Saints, and Washington is lane 7.5, man. Yeah. What do you feel about that? Like that line in general, I should say. I could tell you what I think, but I want to hear what you think.
No, I think the lines. I mean, the Saints are trash. I mean, I know they're at home. I know we're at home, so we think 7.5. It's a lot for a road team. I get that. But let's be honest. The Commanders have much more to play for than the Saints. I know the Saints are at home, but Saints haven't shown me all year except the first couple games, and then everybody was on their wagon. But I think the line's about right. Yeah,
Yeah, I think, well, obviously with Derek Carr being out more than likely, and then you have Taysom Hill out. Who's really going to throw the ball there? Spencer Rattler? I mean, that Saints team doesn't scare me.
We all know how you feel about that guy.
Yeah, him and Desmond Ridder to me are like the same people. But yeah, Spencer Rattler. Even though Washington's on the road 7.5, I think this line is begging you to take the Saints, in my opinion. And I think that Washington is due to have one of those Dan Quinn style type of running gun games like they did against Tennessee a couple weeks back.
Yeah, they blew them out.
Yeah, and I can see them, honestly, this is a side where normally you'd be like, oh man, 7.5 home dog, but dude, the Saints are they can't move the ball, man. So I think the line, to be honest with you, the value this is a crazy statement, right? The value would be on the Saints, but you just can't get down on that sort of team with that value. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. 100%.
Yeah, just because it has value, it's not like you're going to sit here betting Washington thinking like I'm going to run to the window. But yeah, I think that the value would be on the Saints. On the latter part, the Commanders are the move. That's my opinion on that.
I agree. Well,
so I'm gonna look deeper in that
Okay.
line, see a little more into it. I mean, the over under is 43.5. So what that tells me is if they think the Commanders are gonna cover this game, check this out. 43.5. I mean, realistically, you're sitting here and saying the Commanders are not going to let the Saints score if they're going to cover that line because 43.5 is low. And that's what odds makers are pretty much saying. The Commanders will win, and it's going to be by scoring and not just always scoring, by holding the Saints down on points. So,
No, I agree.
next game, though. Let's get to the next game. Dolphins and Texans. This game intrigues me, man. Houston's -3 at home against Miami. What do you think about this game, man? I think this line is just about right. Personally, I
I
think
actually don't think that line is right.
no. I'm talking about in terms of home teams and -3s, right? Because the juice is on the Dolphins, but I think, yeah, I think the line is about 3. 3 would be either way. You think there's value on who, Texans or the Dolphins?
I think the Texans should be favored by more.
Okay. So
That
by
doesn't mean I like the Texans. I'm not saying that. I just thought the line would be larger.
okay, I actually. Well, it's funny you say that. So larger, you're saying 3.5 because 3.5 is already a big difference, right?
I'd probably put out 4.
4, huh? Okay, but so 4. Okay, so who did the Texans beat 2 weeks ago? They beat the Jaguars. They're coming off of a bye week, right?
I mean, man, you got a 6-7 team versus an 8-5 team, and you're at home and you're favored by 3. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I just don't see like, yeah. I mean, that game is telling you, man. I'd probably take the Fins, I assume, on this game.
That's just by you saying this is a trap game.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't believe that, bro.
Yeah.
That's
So you're gonna look
crazy.
into that. So my thing is this: the Dolphins, they've been getting a lot of attention. I feel from the public lately, especially after that late miraculous cover against the Jets last week, and then they beat the Rams some weeks ago. But then they also lost to the Packers in Green Bay, who doesn't. Yeah, the Texans, though, I feel, as later in the year that it's getting, I think the Texans are just getting like incrementally better, I feel. And for them to play at home, Miami struggles in the red zone. So I agree with you. I think this line should be bigger. And I'm wondering, like, is this a trap or am I missing something here?
Sorry, I'm a little confused, CJ. You said this line's about right. Now you're telling me it's not. So which
No,
one
no,
is it?
no. I mean, realistically, I think it should be like it's about right. It's about right, but I think it should. I think it could be 3.5. Because I looked at the line and I looked at the Texans and I thought, okay, why is it 3? I guess. And one big thing is the Dolphins they're not that great in the red zone, but aside from that, the Texans are pretty damn good in the red zone and defensively, top to bottom. So even if Miami gets in the red zone, are they going to convert touchdowns?
Right,
When
right.
you're going with the team that doesn't convert in the red zone, on the opposite side, there's a team who converts in the red zone. Not just converts in the red zone, but they play well, man. Defense overall. So I do think the line should be 3.5. I think it's about right. When I say about right, is because I wouldn't put it under 3. But I do think if they put it at 3.5, I wouldn't blame them. I think when you said 4, I think that's a lot. But I still think, yeah, we're only talking about a point difference, but it's a point matters. I'm wondering if, like I said, I just think there's been a lot of public love on the Dolphins, and that's why the line is 3. Because Vegas knows people are going to come in and look at the Dolphins, and a lot of people I feel like have been down on the Texans the previous weeks. That's just my opinion. Obviously, we'll see how the splits come in by Sunday, and then we'll check injury news and everything. But Tua's going to have to show me against this defense.
But Tua's been playing well, you know that, right?
Yeah, he has been playing well for sure. He's definitely been playing well. He's still not super efficient in the red zone, but yeah, he has.
I'm telling you right now, fantasy points, he's been killing it. Huh?
Yeah, fantasy, yeah.
Like
But
2-3 touchdowns a game.
yeah, he's doing well in terms of like his personal stats, but I want to see him keep it up overall. So we'll see. I'm gonna look into that one a little more. But yeah, interesting line for sure. Interesting line.
Sure.
Oh, check this next game out though. Let's go to the next game. We're gonna go with the Jets and the Jaguars, man.
What a game of 2 shit teams.
What a game of 2 shit teams for sure. The Jets are favored by 3.
Yeah.
How?
I have a 3.5. But yeah,
You have it at what?
3.5.
It's like toggled between 3.5, but how? I mean, yeah, Jacksonville's bad. I guess Mac Jones, dude, to be favored by 3 points. Do you think that the Jaguars are that bad?
Absolutely.
Okay, do you think the Jets are good enough to be favored on the road by 3 to anyone?
No.
Yeah. So I
I
think,
do think the Jaguars are more trash than the Packers because the Packers have the weapons, they have the team. They
the
just
Packers. What do you mean the
Jets.
Jets? The
The
Jets.
Jets
Okay.
have the weapons, they have the pieces. They just haven't been able to play well this year.
It's like they run out of gas in the fourth quarter, right? Or third, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like is happening. Like that has to do with coaching and execution and penalties, etc. Because they have a lot of penalties themselves too.
Oh, they're like the leading team in penalties.
Yep. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I can't really say that there's value on the Jaguars because at +3, I really can't say that there's value on the Jaguars.
I can see that.
But I don't know, man. I mean, who's gonna really be confident to take the Jets at -3 out there, right?
Sure.
So I don't know. That's definitely interesting to me. Definitely interesting.
There's no value for you there?
No, the value is on the Jag, but I don't know if I could take the Jag. Let's put it like that. I think Vegas is taking a lot of sharp money on the Jets, just seeing the line. And like we were talking about this earlier, man, what is sharp, right? Like at the end of the day, it's like a line moves here, money's here, a point goes there. Like there's so much chitter chatter going on so much in sports. Like now that like it's so much more mainstream that I feel like what is sharp, what's not sharp, what does money really matter? Do points, I mean, it matters, but how much does it matter, right? At this point, it's like who's talking and who's believing who, like whose opinion is better. It's like whose dick is bigger at this point. That's what it comes down to. So it's like when I look at a game now, it's like what do I feel and I think regardless of where the money is going, you know, like what do I think in my 20 plus years of expertise in watching this? What are the trends? What is everything I'm looking at to see where I can gauge and evaluate this line? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, for sure.
Yeah, so you have to look at it like that instead of just saying, oh, this money's coming in here and that. Like I've always said it since day one. If you don't know why a line moves and you're just doing it because you feel like, oh, it's sharp and this and that, like that's just stupid. That's being a Woody. You know? So,
Sure.
Anywho, going back to that, I'm surprised that fucking Vegas is taking a stand and putting the Jets at 3 or even higher, 3.5, like you said. So,
What would you put out a pick?
you can't really put it at a pick either. I don't know, fucking maybe Jets 1.5, 2.5. Even then, I mean, I get it. The Jaguars are bad. They're both 3 and 10.
Telling you, I got 3.5 on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, that tells me that Vegas thinks the Jets are going to win. Now, are you courageous enough to put your money on the New York Jets that day? That's the main question, sir. That is it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, fucking flip a coin. You're going to be playing that one.
Sure.
Next game, though, let's go Bengals and Titans. This line's -5 in Tennessee. The Bengals defense is not that great. The Bengals got lucky to even win that game in Dallas on Monday. The Bengals got... there was a lot of things the Bengals got lucky about. Not just to win it, to even be in it at the end. I think all the momentum was going to Dallas in that game as the game prolonged. And the Bengals just squeaked out a win. And it was really Dallas's fault. Because I don't know what... You know, I didn't even know that was a rule, by the way.
That's right.
I really thought when he touched it, I was like, wait a minute, why are they celebrating? Wait a minute, what happened?
If the ball goes backwards, it's different. Then
Yeah, that's what confused me then. It very rarely goes forward.
It's live. It's in play.
It very rarely goes forward. That's why I got confused. I'd say...
But if you think about the rules, it got punted. It got tipped, but it was still technically a punt.
Yeah.
So Dallas touched it, and now it's loose. So I get it. Does that make sense? You just don't see it often.
No, of course. I get it.
You know what we should talk about? We should talk about how shitty the Titans are. Chicago, lost. Jets, lost. Washington, lost. Jacksonville. Come on, man. Like, this is a shit team.
Yeah, but they also won in Miami. Way early in the year, right?
Okay, they beat Miami.
I was just gonna. You were waiting for me. Okay. No. I get it. They're a shit team. I failed to mention that
No, but please,
No. Miami had Huntley at quarterback. That's what was gonna be my kicker. That was gonna be my kicker. Who have the Titans beat other than Miami though?
Dude, I'm looking at their schedule, man. They beat New England, they beat Houston, and they beat Miami. Miami's not even good, and Miami was hurt. So, I mean, their losses to Chicago are tough for me to swallow. Their loss to the Jets are tough for me to swallow. The loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, you put up 6 points.
Yeah, that's the bad part. And Jacksonville's
what are we doing here, man?
Jacksonville's secondary, man, is
you know what's
not
so
that good.
crazy that people don't realize about the NFL this year? Why the NFL sucks this year? Because it's either you're a top-notch team or you're just trash. There's no in between.
You don't think there's parity anymore?
No, at all. Not this year. No. It's really simple. Either the favorites are going to win one week or the dogs are going to win. There's never like, can you name me a mediocre team on the top of your head? On the top of your head, you can't.
I think right now I can say mediocre are the Browns. There's games where they'll surprise you.
Nah, man. The only people they're surprising is their divisional rivals. That doesn't count.
No, because they almost beat Denver in Denver, but Jameis threw those picks.
Almost doesn't mean anything, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're talking about mediocre. I think something like that is mediocre.
I think a mediocre team to me is the Texans. That's mediocre. You're a mediocre team.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, so we'll put the Browns at the bottom of the barrel in terms of your mediocrity.
I mean, honestly, the Texans are the only teams I can. Detroit's good. Buffalo is good. Green Bay is good.
The Eagles are good.
Is good.
The Eagles are good.
Okay, how about this?
The Niners.
Washington's mediocre. How about that?
Yeah, Washington. The Niners at this point with all the injuries are mediocre.
Mediocre.
The Rams?
The Niners aren't. You don't bet the Niners thinking they're mediocre. You bet the Niners thinking it's the Niners, though.
Yeah. And they'll still prove it to you.
Yeah, like they did last week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what good coaching does, right? I just feel like there's a lot of shit coaches, too. I guess to get to my next thing. I think a lot of the coaching, man, like fucking Tennessee's, I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. I do feel like if there's ever a game for the Bengals to make any sort of a fucking statement in terms of like, hey, we're going to like try to squeak in some way, somehow towards the end, this is a statement win that they're like, okay, we can't fuck this up. We can't lose this game. We got to go in there. We got to fucking show them what's up. True or not?
And if Cincinnati makes it, it shows you how there's no parity this year. They're just not. Cincinnati has no business making the playoffs. I would, as a fan, would be disappointed to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You had your chances early. You fucked up.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
No parity. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's just not.
Yeah, no, there's a lot less parity. That's for sure. Because I mean, in that game, I think it's pretty much the odds makers are thinking like Cincinnati's gonna pretty much take that game. They don't see the Titans making it competitive, but that's why they have to play the game between the lines on Sunday, right?
Yep. You know what's so funny, man? How many teams are in the National Football League? 30?
32.
All right. There are 9 teams right now that are 3 or below wins. That's almost 1/3 of the National Football League. Did you know what I said?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's terrible. That the product they're putting on the field is just terrible. Let's go down the list real quick. I'll run it really fast. Jets, Patriots, Browns, Jacksonville, Titans, Las Vegas, New York Giants, Carolina Panthers, and the only team that barely makes it is the Bears with 4 wins. I'm telling you, they're just not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it kind of like, damn. I mean, you bring up a good point, you know.
They're just not.
Yeah, no. There's less parity this year than there is other years. That's for sure.
Let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. Last year, how many teams had 3 or less wins?
Last year, how many teams had 3 or less?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2.
1. Carolina.
Yeah, but that's at the end of the year. You got to let this whole season play out.
I mean, there's 4 more games left. Sure.
I mean, I think there's gonna be maybe just one of those teams. We'll see. I don't know.
How about this? I'll help you out. So 3 is really, really low, right?
Yeah.
So the next closest one to this is 5 wins by the Tennessee Titans. No. Titans were 6-11. The Chargers 5-12.
Okay.
Like but there's 4 more weeks left. So I'm trying to go back to last year. There was only 2 teams when the season was all over. I'm just saying, we'll see how it plays out. But that's just how bad the league's been.
Yeah, in that sense, I get it. I do see the parity has definitely dipped down some. So, I mean, it tells you by having Cincinnati favored by 5 at Tennessee. So, I think the line is about right, because if Tennessee's going to come back in the end, I think it's going to be one of those maybe get a 2-point conversion and make it a game. If not, Cincinnati beats them by 10 plus. That's why the line is around 5.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, check this out. Going to your point, this is the next game, right? Ravens at Giants. Ravens are minus 15.5 in New York against Locke and company. Man, why isn't Dable fired already?
That's a great question.
Yeah. I mean, the Ravens are coming off of a bye week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that line's right, dude.
Yeah. You'd like to argue and say there's value on the Giants, but damn, man, I don't know.
I mean, man, you look at the Giants' remaining schedule. They're not going to get another win. Baltimore, Atlanta, Indianapolis, Philly. They're not going to get another win.
Baltimore, Atlanta. No, Atlanta's going to be a hungry team right now to win because of the skid.
It's just not.
Yeah.
The Browns got Cincinnati, Kansas City, Miami. There's not. Like these low end teams, it's just bad.
Okay, so 15.5. To me, we're not even touching it. I need to know more about it before we looking at.
I would most definitely take the Ravens. The Giants are trying to lose.
Yeah, the Giants are trying to lose. See, this is a game where most of the time when people say they're sharp or think they're sharp, they're like, oh, you know what? That's too many points. I'm going to take the points on the Giants. But realistically, like,
it is. I mean, it is a lot of points, though.
Yeah, you could get a backdoor. Anything can happen, man. Anything. It's NFL, so. I'll look into that game a little more, but that's a lot of points to be favored on the road, man. When was the last time a team was favored on the road by 14 or more? Tell me that.
Couldn't remember. It's a good question. Not
New England
14,
Patriots?
But the Panthers against Kansas City, they're favored by what, 10?
No, but on the road. On the road.
Yeah.
No, the Kansas City played in Carolina. Yeah. The Ravens are playing in New York.
No, I hear you, but New York's trash.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's crazy still. Like to not even make the line 11, you know what I mean?
I mean, imagine being a Giant and you see that's the line that people think you're going to lose by. That's bad.
Oh, man.
That's hard to keep an organization going.
That's a good statement. Good statement. All right, let's go to the next game, man. Yeah, it is. Chiefs haven't covered 7 in a row going into Cleveland. The line is Chiefs -4. Do you give Cleveland any shot, or do you think this is the game that the Chiefs are gonna take the monkey off their back, man? In terms of covering, by the way, that's what I mean.
No, I think Kansas City covers this.
You think KC covers?
I do.
So you think this is a game? This is a game where they snap out of it?
Yeah, I think this is a game where the Kansas City Chiefs are going to try to remind us who they are.
Okay. I mean, they haven't covered in 7 straight. They only lost one of those games, and they're 12-1. That is fucking crazy.
God's team, like I always say.
Yeah, man. That's wild, man. Yeah, I think the line. Well, what did it even open at? I'm gonna check out what it opened at real quick. Give me a sec. 1 second, man. 1 second.
Take your time.
So that KC game, I believe it opened. Oh no. Unless I'm reading it wrong, it shows here it opened at 3. For some reason, why did I think it opened at 5? I'd have to double check that, man. I definitely have to double check that. But KC -4, not a. This is a spot, I guess, where they want to show everybody, like you said. So we'll definitely have to keep track of that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do think there's a little value on KC specifically, not just that, especially because the whole Jameis Winston and the pick sting, man, it's getting it's bad. It's crazy because he can throw the ball, but damn, he can also throw interceptions.
For sure.
Yeah, so I don't know. This isn't the team that he wants to throw interceptions to because Andy Reid will capitalize on turnovers.
For sure.
Hence why you probably assume that KC can cover that.
I agree.
So next game, we're going to go Cowboys Panthers. Panthers lane 3 at home. Hey, Carolina, man, has been playing way, way better. Way better. They're definitely not the 3-10 team that record's showing, in my opinion.
I agree. I concur.
I think they've had a tough schedule. I think they were a Xavier Leggett catch away from taking a lead late in Philly last week. Who knows if they would have held it? There was 40 seconds left. Probably not. But, man, that team's not – they're not as bad as it looks. I think okay. The fact that Bryce Young came in this year and is actually playing better just proves my point of why are we starting quarterbacks year one? Like, why? You know, why? There's no point. Like, sit them down, let them watch, and look how much better. You don't kill their confidence. Look at Sam Darnold now. I'm not saying Sam Darnold is going to take them to the Super Bowl. Who knows, right? I don't think he will, but, like, they stay in the league instead of just throwing them in there right away. They learn. They learn and they get better. I don't know. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know. But this line going to the Panthers -3, Cowboys +3. I think that game for Dallas last week was like a dream crusher type of game where they're just like, fuck, man, we lost this game. Our chances of getting in the playoffs are super slim now. We're going on the road. I don't know. Where do you think the value lies in this? I think it's a tough one.
It's a tough one for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, definitely tough. So I would say this line's about right. But I'm gonna check it out a little more just to kind of see if there's any value anywhere else on anything. But let's go to the next game with the Steelers and the Eagles, man. Eagles lane 5.5 in Philly. Is this a game where the fucking Eagles put it to the Steelers finally, or are the Steelers for real? What do you think? I mean, I think
that's a good question. I think that line's really high. They have a lot of respect for this team.
they do, right? Vegas has a lot of respect for the Eagles. I agree with you because
A lot of respect for the Eagles.
the Steelers are going to do one thing. You know they're going to bring one thing. That's defense. They're going to bring their defense. Yeah.
They also bring a lot of aggressiveness for sure. Physicality.
A lot of physicality, aggressiveness. Do you believe in Russ in this offense? In this offense, I'm being specific here.
What do you mean by do I believe?
Do you think that Russ can, make a run in the playoffs with this offense? The way that Tomlin is managing him with the.
I don't.
You
Do
don't.
you?
I
just
don't.
think AFC's tough. You know?
I don't. I was just gonna say I don't because also it's Russell Wilson. It's not like he's. I don't know. He needs to show me a little more too. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I don't know, but I do feel like they could go into Philly and maybe put up a game. But then again, at 5.5, this line kind of tells me the odds makers think there's a big advantage here with Philadelphia. So I need to look into that one. I think 5.5 it's an odd line for sure.
Agreed.
It's an odd line. So let's go to this next game, man. Oh, wow. We got a dandy here for you. The Buffalo Bills are going into Detroit to play Dan Campbell and the Lions.
How do they put this one together?
The Lions are laying 2.5 against the Bills. You're saying how they put that line?
No, I'm saying how do they make that game happen? When do you ever see the Bills come all the way to the NFC team like that?
I don't know, man. The Lions -2.5 though. The Lions do have some defensive injuries, but honestly, I mean, they still did decent against the Packers, man. I don't know. This is crazy. What do you think?
I think the line's right though.
Yeah, you can't give the Lions 3.
Just because of their injuries, probably not.
That's the only reason. That's actually the only reason. I agree with you. And it's on a turf. It's on a turf game where Josh Allen's going to be faster on his feet, and he's in a.
Plus the last 2 Lions games haven't been the typical Lions games I know.
Well, it's really because of the injuries. I know we were talking about injuries earlier, and you're saying sometimes they don't matter. I truly believe. Yeah, I get sometimes they don't matter.
It's not that I'm saying. It's just the line's already been adjusted to when somebody's hurt. So when people say like, "Oh yeah, but this person's out," it's like, well, the line's already been adjusted to that, so it doesn't really matter. If you want to think it matters more, sure. All I'm trying to say is Vegas is already on top of this shit. Like they've already adjusted. They already know what's up.
Yeah,
We're not beating anybody because that person's fucking hurt. Just Vegas just knows.
in NFL at least, yes.
Yeah,
In NFL,
yeah.
I think in other games it's you could find value, but in NFL, I think there's a lot of injuries that are already calculated into the line, unless it's like a really low pro player that they haven't caught wind of, stuff like that, or cluster injuries. I think when there's
To be honest with you, bro, there's nothing Vegas can get a win on. Nothing.
well,
Nothing.
let me tell you, like cluster injuries. When it comes to cluster injuries, we're talking about like you got 2 offensive linemen hurt, 1 DB hurt, one linebacker, 1 receiver. Then it adds up. It's not just 1 guy, 2 guys. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that would be I don't know. I with this line at 2.5, I still lean Lions. I'll tell you that right now, because one thing the Bills have trouble doing is stopping the run. What are they going to do, the Lions?
Yeah, but it's going to come down to, can the Lions score in the red zones? And if they can, they're going to win.
Okay, and that's going to come down to if the Lions can actually stop the Bills.
You mean Josh Allen? But yeah,
Josh Allen. Do you think they're going to stop Josh Allen? You tell me that.
I mean, the Rams didn't, and they won. So, and the Lions can obviously do a shootout with anybody.
Yeah. Okay. The Rams didn't, and they. Oh, you're right. Okay, so you brought up a fucking great point. Then it does come down to the red zone and the Lions in the red zone.
For sure, it's going to come down to the red zone for the Lions because the Buffalo has. I mean, I've heard players admit they're going to let you get there because they don't stop the run that well. But once they're there, they have to. They obviously know, okay, we got to stop you from actually punching it in.
Yeah, I think the Lions have actually not been as good in the red zone recently. Did you know that?
No, I know that. You know how I know that? Because Amon-Ra is my fucking fantasy. He's been struggling these past couple of weeks. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man, they're actually not doing that great in the red zone. I think they rank in the more of the bottom type of percentile for it. But yeah, man, just thought I'd let you know that. But like you said, you already knew that, so no big deal, right? But yeah, it is. That's what the game's going to come down to. I think the Lions should still be 3. I think they need to put a little more respect on the Lions, but I understand that it's at 2.5 simply because of the defensive injuries. I mean, going back to the last 2 games, the Packers could have won, the Bears could have beat them. But then again, those are 2 division games, and you're going to go into a non-division game with the Lions offense playing that defense. On the vice versa side, same thing. Bills are going to be a non-divisional game with those injuries going into there. So, you know what's kind of screaming my name right now? Over 54.5.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that. Normally, high totals are a little scary, especially in NFL if people think certain things. But the reason I can see that is because they're indoors. The weather's not going to play a factor. They're 2 teams that throw the ball. They're 2 teams that have great play calling. They're not going to slow the game down. Yep. But okay, so I would probably look more at the over than the line on this. But let's go with this next game, man. Denver's coming off of that bye week too. Denver and Indianapolis. Denver laying 3.5 at home. Denver laying 3.5 at home. Sorry, I'm looking at it and I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right. Is this a game where Denver takes a loss at home, or is Indianapolis not that team? Is Richardson not that guy to go in there? It's tough to play in Denver, man, even when they're like not that great of a team, you know?
Oh, for sure. It's
the
one of the
altitude.
toughest games they say they play in.
Yep.
I mean, for the Colts to win this game, they're going to need Richardson's probably best game of the year if they expect to win this game. And if you think he can do that, then it's a good bet. If you don't think he can do that, it's probably not a good bet.
You're having a 1 in a 17 chance for him to have his best game, so that's probably not a good bet when you look at it numbers wise. Even if he does it,
I mean, don't forget you're going up against a really good defense, mind you. Not so good against the Browns, but their defense has been pretty steady.
Okay, but I think their defense has been steady against bad quarterbacks.
Well, against Jameis, they made Jameis look like an elite quarterback.
Exactly, but they played Spencer Rattler. Herbert went in there, he beat him. Kirk Cousins laid an egg in there, but where hasn't he, right? Where are you trying to go with this, sir? No, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, when we're talking about elite defenses and we're talking about quarterbacks having good games, but that defense hasn't.
You think Denver doesn't deserve to be on this record because of the people they played? That's totally fine.
No. What I'm saying is their defense I don't think is just as good as people are marketing it to be just yet. I need to be sold a little more. I need to see them play against good.
Sure, you know what? You could be right, but how are they 8-5? Because last time I checked,
Nah,
it's a
well,
backup.
Sean
Last time I
Payton.
checked, it's a rookie quarterback.
Sean Payton is a great play caller, and they have a decent defense. But I don't think it's that elite. That's all I'm saying.
But I think it's tough for somebody to say they don't have a good defense because they played so and so, but yet they're 8-5, and they have a quarterback who's never played a lick of the NFL, who actually started, got put in there, and they're 8-5. I'm not taking anything away from Denver. You could, but what an impressive year by them. What an impressive year by Peyton. Just nothing but applause. I believe he deserves to be coach of the year, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, but I'm not going to say that I take anything away from Denver in that aspect because
the fourth ranked best quarterback coming out. Fifth?
No, let me tell
That's
you,
a fact.
you're right. But you're right. I mean, Bo Nix has looked really good under Sean Payton for a rookie. I do believe
He
that.
has. He really has.
Yeah, he has.
Like, what people don't understand about that Browns game, when you have a rookie quarterback who's thrown in the fire first year, you're at the 2-yard line, you come out passing 3 times, you throw a 50-yard touchdown bomb, bro. That tells you Peyton knows what he's got. He likes what he's got.
He's not throwing
the ball one fucking time on that fucking first and 99 yards to go.
He's not dinking and dunking, that's for sure.
He's not dinking and dunking. He's not handing it off. He's letting it rip. He
Yeah.
fucking rips them.
So that's to pretty much if you're betting that game, you need to hope that Richardson's going to have a game.
And Bo Nix has a bad game. It could happen. Bo Nix is due for a bad game. He's been playing well.
And that Colts defense,
defense
is good. And the Colts defense is good. The Colts defense is good.
And when's the Colts defense never good?
Yeah, I know. It's always the offense, right?
I don't know how look, certain organizations are just good at something. The Bears, just some odd reason, always have good defense. No matter what. Colts always have good defense, no matter what. Packers always got an amazing quarterback. There's certain organizations that are just known for something. Like when you think of the Bears, you don't just think, well, you got to play the defense. You don't think the offense. You just say, well, I got to play that defense.
Yeah, I agree.
So, every organization is different. But
the Niners have had a pretty damn good defense for a while now too.
Yeah, but I'm not taking away. They're different though because you don't just think defense. They also have an offense.
Yeah, they are different.
You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just saying certain teams just are known for defense. Like the Steelers, they're just known for being a defensive squad.
Yeah, or there's certain teams that are known for shitting the bed. Like, for example, we'll go to this next game because we'll pass up that 3.5. You kind of said what you would need for the Colts to cover. Are the Chargers going to charger people, or are the Chargers for real now because they're playing the Bucks at home, lane 3? So we're talking about organizations, right? They fucking could have won that game last week. They didn't. Now they're going to come home.
Wait till week 16 when the Broncos play the Chargers. What a game. But go ahead.
Oh, that's going to be a game. Yeah.
To be honest with you, man, the Chargers, man, I think it's very impressive what they've done. I think that they're 8-5, which is amazing. But every game I've seen them win or every game I've seen them lose, I haven't been wowed yet. I haven't. And I think I like what Harbaugh's done. They're 8-5, but I feel like Harbaugh's kind of let go of Herbert. He doesn't let him it's just more just run heavy, play D, and that's good. But he's also got to realize, hey man, Herbert's got an arm.
He has an arm, man.
Let's open up that offense a little. Sure, they have no offensive weapons.
I was just going to tell you that, man. They got nobody. They got to catch the ball too.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers never got a first-round fucking wide receiver. He made those wide receivers.
Yeah.
Who the hell is James Jones without Aaron Rodgers? Who the hell is Jordy Nelson without Aaron Rodgers? What happened to Greg Jennings when he when he left the Packers? Didn't fucking exist.
Or what about Shakir with Josh Allen right now?
Oh man, that's wow. Hey man, that guy's fast though.
He is fast. He's
one of those little slimy little guys that just goes right through the creek.
He is fast. He's very thrifty and fast.
Right. You know what he reminds me of like an Amendola.
Oh, I can see that. It's faster though.
What about who's the other guy? Wes Welker. He's kind of like a Wes Welker.
Kind of. He can also go deep though. Those guys were more slot. Shakir can go deep. Anywho, we're getting sidetracked over here. We could talk football about anything. But Chargers Bucks, the Bucks are not a joke, dude. I don't think the Bucks are a joke, and they got Mike Evans back now. Baker's playing well. It's just that defense. You think that defense is going to play up to par? Because you know the Chargers are going to play defense.
Yeah, you hear what I just said? When you said they're the team's up to par, I'm like, yeah, but not their defense.
Oh, you just said that?
Yeah, I whispered it. Yeah, not their defense.
And that's usually a strong point in Todd Bowles, right? The D.
Right.
But it's not. What's up with that?
I just think he's got this scheme that he likes to do. He likes to blitz 99.9% of the goddamn fucking time. And maybe it's not working right now. Maybe run a little bit of something else.
Especially with the
right?
spread offenses. With the spread offenses, it's tough to blitz like zero coverage.
Oh, he does. He just blitzes all the time.
Yeah. You got to throw some disguise coverages in there. I'm no NFL defensive coordinator, but I've watched so much NFL that sometimes I feel like I can go into some NFL or not even a college locker room or high school locker room and tell them how to muster some stuff
I'll promise you
up.
one thing: a Todd Bowles led team, there's at least one LB that's coming after your head.
Oh yeah,
Every
for sure.
possession.
Well, I actually think this. This plays into the hands of, in my opinion, the line being a favoring the Chargers. The only thing is, are they going to have enough weapons? Like you said, even with the Ladd McConkey came back or wasn't there last week. Is he going to be there this week? I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to just put up enough points and pretty much stop Tampa Bay's offense enough. That's what it's going to come down to.
I want to ask you a sincere question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think the Chargers defense is good?
Do I think the Chargers defense is good?
Yeah, do you think it's good?
Define good.
That's a no. Do you think?
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's better. I think it's better. I think it's better than mediocre.
It's that bad. I think their defense,
But I think
is slightly above average, and their
There you
offense
go.
is below average.
Did you just hear
Therefore,
me?
it makes them who they are.
Did you just hear me? I said I think it's above mediocre.
Yeah, I agree.
You just said above average.
But without a good offense, you're not going to go far with that type of defense.
No, you need the offense, but it's all Herbert. The offense is all Herbert and running the ball, and they don't have Dobbins right now. So it's like they need weapons over there. So to me, that's why the line's 3. If they had weapons, at the receivers or even a run game, that line's easily 3.5, 4.
I agree with you. They don't.
Yeah,
because to be honest with you, everybody talks about this Dobbins kid, and I get it. The guy can't stay healthy 1 year to save his fucking life, man. Like,
He
if you're
can't.
relying on that guy, man.
I mean, he's trying to save his life because at the end of the day, he's trying to make a career out of the NFL, right? So
I remember the Ravens dropped him because he's always hurt.
yeah. So to me, you're gonna have to ask yourself this: do I think the Chargers are gonna put up enough touchdowns against Tampa Bay? Because I know that they're gonna stop them some drives, but I know Tampa Bay's still gonna get some points here and there.
Look, to me, Tampa Bay is that team that if you face them and you lose, it lets me know you're not even a 500 team because Tampa Bay's a little bit above average. They're not a team you want to face.
Yeah.
But if you're supposed to be a good team and you lose to that team, I'm sorry, you're way behind.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like
I think Tampa Bay's the best team to test whatever team you think is good.
yeah. There you go.
They're the greatest testing team alive. If
Agreed.
I'm starting a team and I think my team is good, I'm playing Tampa Bay because I got to at least beat Tampa Bay.
No, I agree with that. I agree. I just think that I do feel like if you lose to Tampa Bay, you're not that great.
You're not.
Yeah. So the Chargers can't lose
If you
this
beat
game.
Tampa Bay, you're a good team to me.
If you what?
You beat Tampa Bay, you're a good team.
Yes. If you beat Tampa Bay, you're definitely a good team because they're not a shitty team.
You know what's funny, dude? Tampa Bay is the exact definition to me of a 500 team.
Okay, so when you say that, elaborate a little more.
They're just 500. It's just sometimes they play better than other times. Sometimes they play better to their opponents. Sometimes they'll downplay certain opponents.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, like the Raiders could have beat them, dude. They were 4 points away driving. They were stopping them driving. Then Aiden McConnell got hurt, and after that,
but you know we can sit here and do all this if that they should have they could have they would have but they didn't.
Yes, they didn't.
Like what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they didn't. I agree.
Better team won that day.
No, of course, they're the better team. They are the better team. 100% they're the better team. Okay, so if the Chargers don't win this game, this is what it comes down to. If the Chargers don't win this game, they might not be as good as we thought. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we ever thought they were that good yet.
I think they're pretty good, but we'll see. They're going to have to prove it to me this week. They're going to have to prove it to themselves.
We'll see. I don't think they beat anybody good either, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, like you said. Okay, next game, Pats Cardinals. I don't know, man. That's fucking Lions -6. I think Kyler Murray is showing his true colors again. He just looked bad last week against Seattle. I had him against Seattle, and he looked bad. So looking at it now, I'm just like, man, I don't know where to go with that game. Well, -6.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm still not over the Chargers. You know, the Chargers lost to Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Arizona, Baltimore, Kansas City. All good teams. They beat Tennessee. They beat Cleveland. They beat the Saints. They beat Denver. They beat Carolina. They beat Vegas. So, I mean, I at least never thought they were a good team. They're an okay team. We'll see. We'll see more.
Yeah.
They haven't beat anybody good, man. They just haven't.
Well, they even lost to like Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, when that's a game that, you know, you should at least put up a fight, because Dallas won in Pittsburgh earlier in the year.
With a great last drive, yeah. I remember that.
With the great last drive, yeah. So, yeah. Cardinals, Pats, I just think, to me, there's no value.
Can we all get over this fucking Arizona being a good team bullshit? Are we all over that yet?
I'm over it.
Thank God.
Honestly, I think the best team in that division right now, to me, is Seattle.
Oh, man. You know what? You're right. You know what? Okay, real quick. Let's run through that game, then we'll go to the next game.
And
Arizona
let's
versus
on fucking Geno Smith's name.
Wait.
Put
What
some
are you
respect
talking?
on that guy's name.
Hold on. Cardinals, Patriots. I'm gonna say the Lions probably what it should be, but I won't be shocked if the Patriots win. I won't be shocked if the Cardinals win by fucking 14 plus. Put it that way. You don't know what you're getting, Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know where the value can be.
I think that'll be a good game, right?
Yeah. So, all right, we can skip that one because I know you didn't really want to talk about it. Neither did I. They kind of pissed me off last week, so we'll snooze by them. Now that you can talk about what you want to talk about, okay? Packers, Seattle. Going into Seattle, Lions -2.5.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, Packers 2.5, and you're right.
Us people like us know that's gonna be a good game. Other people are thinking, oh, it's the Packers, Seattle. The Packers are gonna win. It's a given.
No.
This is a fucking Class A game.
This is like a Packer Lion game the week before.
Absolutely, because it's in Seattle.
Yes, that's the only reason. Because it's.
If it was in Green Bay, we probably wouldn't be talking about this. But
what does that tell you? Seattle might not be there yet as that team to go into Green Bay and win. You get what I'm saying?
But they can win tomorrow on Sunday. They can win that game.
They can win, or the Packers can come in, cover that spread, and then claim their dominance and say, hey, just because we fucking lost 10 days ago, don't fucking forget about us. Whoever wins that game is going to make a statement. That's the best part about that game.
I think the Packers make a bigger statement because they're on the road.
Yeah.
I know most idiots are going to be like, oh, well, Seattle won. That's huge. It's like, yeah, it's a good win. They're at home. It's a good win. But the Packers, like, remember I told you when Buffalo went into Seattle, I told you if Buffalo wins this game, they're going to go on some fucking crazy streak.
Okay, that bam, you just said it. Buffalo,
I said that, right?
Buffalo goes into Seattle. You just said that, right? Check this. So if Buffalo went into Seattle and beat them, another run pass heavy team like Green Bay going into that style of man, I don't know. I'm excited about this game. I think this game should be more of a Green Bay -1.5. I think Green Bay is a better team, but you got to respect Geno Smith for sure, man. Fucking for sure.
I'm so glad they flexed this game.
Oh, did they? I didn't even know it was flexed. Yeah.
Oh, dude, let's talk about this since we're talking about the NFL.
Yes.
Let's all send an email to the NFL and tell them, fuck you for making the Bills, Lions, Steelers, Eagles at the same fucking time on the same fucking day. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, for real, man.
What the fuck is that?
No, but then there's other games. There's other weeks where you're like, fuck, what's going on here? There's no good games on.
Last week's game and the week before that, oh my God. I honestly thought about actually leaving my house and not watching the games, which I never do. I never do that.
Yeah.
I'm always glued to the TV, but I thought to myself, I was like, dude, I might as well take my girl out. This is boring as hell.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Well, that game's going to tell us a lot next week. I think that line is, oh, man, it's a little kind of what it should be, kind of what it is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think we all want to know your top 5 rankings, please.
Oh, my top 5 rankings? Well, they came out today, man. They came out today.
Oh, perfect. Start with the 5, please.
Let's go over. Why don't we go over the last game before we go into my rankings?
Sure. Which is the last game?
It's Vikings, Bears in Minnesota. Vikings -7.
Man, they couldn't put one of those Lions games in here or a Steelers game in here. They gotta show me the damn. Who cares?
You know what? I think the Bears can actually give the Vikings run for their money this game.
Obviously, it's a divisional game. I get it, but they're not playing for anything. I'm not saying like it's gonna be a bad game. I'm just not a game like that you need to put on a Monday night when the Bears don't fucking matter.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
So that's all I meant to say. I think the Bears will definitely put up a fight. It's a divisional game.
All right, well, I'm gonna say the value is definitely on the Bears if you're fucking courageous enough to take it. How about we do? I'll give you my rankings, then you're gonna give your Thursday night pick before we have to head out here. My rankings. Here you go. You ready?
Start with the 5, please.
Lions. Ready? Lions.
We have Lions at 5.
Oh, start with number 5.
Yeah, please.
We're gonna go Ravens,
Okay.
and then we're gonna go Eagles,
Okay.
Packers, Bills, and Lions.
Oh, so you took Kansas City off the list.
They're at number 6.
Okay.
You know what? The Chiefs, the Ravens, Eagles, and Packers can all kind of like flip flop. I think Lions and Bills to me are top.
Hey man, I gotta admit this. I'm gonna say it. You can make fun of me all you want. What about the Vikings? Where's the Vikings on your list?
They're number 9.
Oh, ouch!
Yeah.
You got
Honestly,
that,
it's only because of Darnold.
That's what I was gonna say. You got that Darnold effect still going.
Yeah,
on.
yeah. If it wasn't for him, man, they'd probably be at number 5 for real.
I can see that. I think I'll be honest with everybody else. I think we'll see that more in the playoffs. We'll see who he really is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we will for sure. So those are my rankings now. But like I said, the 5-ish can be interchangeable. So
So you got Lions 1, Bills 2, and 3. You have the Eagles or the Packers.
3, I have Eagles.
Okay.
No.
That's fair.
I have Packers ranked ahead of Eagles because if the Packers were healthy, I truly believe that they'll give Jalen Hurts more of trouble than the Eagles defense will give the Packers offense. That's my opinion. Because I think
All right.
LaFleur is a better play caller overall.
Who's a better play caller overall?
No, I said LaFleur is a better play caller than Sirianni. Sirianni I don't
Sirianni
know.
doesn't do anything. He's just a coach. He's not the defense.
Thank
or the
you.
offensive
Thank you.
coordinator.
Thank you. Okay. Like that's my whole fucking point. To my case in fucking point.
Can I bring up another question for you since we're on the topic of the NFL?
Yeah.
What do you think about Mike McCarthy? You think he's gone or he's there for another year?
I think he's in a state because Jerry likes him. I don't think he's doing a bad job, man. You're gonna laugh at me, but I don't think he's doing a horrible fucking job. He has Cooper Rush in there. He has fucking half his team banged up.
I actually think he's a great coach. No, I'm not
Yeah,
against whatever. you say.
I would say shit before about the guy, but now I'm just like I gotta give him his respect, man.
No, he's a phenomenal coach, man.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal coach. Back to the Thursday nighter. I'll be honest with you, man. Both these teams came off blowout wins. So it's tough. But if I was to side with somebody, I'm gonna take the shitty Niners.
You're gonna take the shitty Niners minus the 3, right?
Yeah.
All right, shitty Niners.
Yeah.
Pizza money, dude. Pizza money. Let's do it.
What you got?
Me. I'm leaning Niners right now, but it's tough, bro. Division game minus 3. Niners haven't been the Niners. I'm just leaning Niners because of Shanahan's dominance over McVay, and if the Niners are ever gonna try to hit a stride to even make a push into.
Wait a minute. You said. I thought it was the other way around. I thought the Rams own the 49ers in the regular season, don't they, brother?
No, they don't.
Oh, it's the other way around?
It's the other way around. But McVay has that one win in the playoffs against him.
Okay, you're positive, right?
I'm positive. I was at the game.
Okay, I knew it was one team. I wasn't sure who. Okay, so it is the Niners. Okay.
But actually, the Rams did beat the Niners this year in SoFi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they came back from being down like 14 points, so they beat them this year. I just feel like, for one, the Niners pop out running backs like nothing. And I feel like Garendo's going to fit right into that system. He runs fast. He runs a 4 flat or something crazy. The kid's good. He's strong. It's just going to come down to execution. And I think if anything, the Niners need this game more than the Rams do. They both need it, but the Niners need it more in terms of
For sure. I was doing
You get what I'm
I was
saying?
doing my research.
You get what I'm saying, right?
I was looking real quick. You're absolutely right. The Niners absolutely own him.
Yeah, no, yeah. So sometimes I just have like fucking. I just remember fucking stats.
Oh,
man.
no, for sure.
Sometimes people like to ask me like, "What do you think?" or "Why do you think this?" And it's like I can't really tell you everything in that moment because there's so many trends that run through my head.
Of course.
I'm going Rain Man on them sometimes, you know, like.
Oh, no, I feel you for sure.
But yeah, I get it. I get where you're coming from with that pick. So Niners tomorrow. We're taping this on Wednesday. Pizza money free pick from your boy T. It's gonna be a fun fucking week. Any hammers on the board this week or not?
A hammer?
You hammering in any game or not? Any eye
Oh,
on anything?
yeah, I definitely have one game I have my eye on.
All right, tell them.
Nah, I'd rather keep it to myself.
Oh,
It's a little-
come on, tell them. What game do you have your eye on? It doesn't mean
it's a
you're.
little ballsy.
It doesn't mean that you're gonna hammer it yet, because I already know you're gonna wait till Friday till injury reports come out. Which game is that? Give them a little insight.
Like on which game they should focus on, or which game they should pay attention to.
Which game you're paying attention to doesn't mean. I know you haven't taken it yet. Like I said, I know you wait a little longer. Let me see if I agree with you.
The Bengals Titan game.
You're looking at the Bengals, right?
I'm looking at that game.
You're looking at that game, okay?
Looking at that game. That's all I'm saying.
All right, you're looking at that game. All right. We're looking at that game, and I'm gonna assume you're looking at the +5.
Oh, you think I like the dog, huh?
Nah, I actually think you're looking at the Bengals. If you want me to be completely honest with you.
I mean, Tennessee is utter trash.
Yeah, I actually think you're looking at Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati needs to win.
I think you're looking at Cincinnati because I was looking at Cincinnati earlier in the week.
Possibly.
Tell them what you're looking at.
Possibly. No, I'm being honest.
You haven't taken it, but tell them what you're looking at.
Which game? I'm looking at that game.
Yeah, but what team?
That's for me to find out, man. I gotta do my research.
Yeah, but just tell them. It doesn't mean you have to lay your money on them. Give them a little bit of insight.
Now, who I like?
Yeah, it doesn't mean you. Like I said, it's not a pick, but you're gonna dig into it. I already know you are.
Man, that one's tough.
That's not tough. You have somebody in your mind. Tell them.
No, it's really tough.
Who do you got? Who? I can already tell you guys. I already know who it is. He's looking at the Bengals.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see.
He's looking at the Bengals at -5. So we'll see if he actually lays it. I'll let you guys know if he actually lays it. But all right, well, good talking to you, man. Per usual. Hope you have a good rest of your night, and hopefully you guys have a profitable NFL weekend. And per usual, man, make sure you profit. Don't be a Woody. If anybody needs to find me, they are on, you can go to cjwins.com or find me at cjwins, CJWINNS, on Instagram or on Telegram too. But
Y'all want to win? You better hop on that.
yeah. Last week though, man, beginning of December has not been good. Not been good at all. Not been good. I'll fucking be the first to say it. But
It happens to all of us.
it happens, yeah, of course. Some people don't understand that it happens, but whatever. It is what it is. You ride with it, you roll with it.
Somebody expects us to go 100%. I'm sorry, I'm not world
But thanks for coming on, T. We'll get with you guys next week, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks, T.
Thanks.